Within the Educational Evaluation course, you will have opportunities to study assessment in numerous ways. A primary course outcome will be the creation of an assessment plan where you will delineate a learning segment, sometimes called a mini-unit. You will design the learning segment to address a general deficiency that you've noted in students around the best practice performance that's expected by EdTPA. Looking for the criteria expected by EdTPA that you'll find in the performance rubrics in around 6, 7, and 8. To look in a generalized way at the overall results of your mini-unit intervention, that is, you're going to evaluate the activities in that learning segment, you're going to develop a short assessment that you will give before the unit, and you will use the same assessment after the unit. This should be a conceptual assessment around the deficient area that you noted from EdTPA. It should not be a fact-based assessment that would be using lower-level blooms. At the end of the learning segment, when you give that post-unit assessment, you'll also do a data analysis to help you determine if and what overall learning goals were achieved, and to see if you were able to address the deficiency area that you had noted. This pre-post assessment is referenced throughout the course. Now, to consider the learning segment itself, the intervention, you'll be required to have certain lessons for which you'll get instruction within the course. One thing will be a performance-based approach that you've designed to meet your content standards and to address the deficient area. You must also use a technology-supported lesson, such as an authentic internet information study, maybe use of Chromebooks or iPads, something that's relevant to achieving the EdTPA best practice in your content area while addressing the deficiency you've noted. And you must also have at least one general lesson that could use multiple choice or short essays as a way of evaluating students' learning. So as you look at the needs for the learning segment that you're creating, you can organize these 3 required lessons in any way to meet your sequencing needs. You will also need to provide an assessment and analysis component for the specific content and instructional objectives of your learning segment. So keep in mind there are 2 different evaluations that you will be creating within this course. Within the lesson plans, best practices will be required that align with the EdTPA guidelines, that use approaches required from seminal organizations in your content area, and also by the content faculty within the MAT program. You also must use higher education lesson plan formats. Templates have been provided for you by the content experts, and they're available within the course. Using your district level documentation will not be sufficient here. Both the MAT portfolio, of which the assessment plan is a component, and the EdTPA portfolio, which you will complete when you seek licensure from New York State, will eventually be evaluated by content expert faculty. The lessons within the course provide you opportunities to work on points that will be evaluated in the assessment plan. However, the overall assessment plan resides as a separate assignment, and you must complete it independent of the specific assignments. Therefore, you'll have to ultimately create a cohesive, higher-level, APA-formatted education document when you submit the AP itself in the first week of the last module.